And we're back. Just taking the valves and stuff like that out of this Volkswagen cylinder head. Yeah, I know there's a special tool for removal. But I don't own that special tool. So I have the Ian Matthews 10-pound special. I love that guy. The most important tool in me shed. So basically, I've got this bent out of shape Harbor Freight tool set up here with a bent up Stanley extension bar, and this socket happens to have a big old crack in it. So it's basically good for nothing other than a repurposed tool. It even stays on there crooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this socket over the valve spring and pound it down with me hammer. Yes, it's going to make that camera shake. Possibly fall. So I'm going to hit this one right here. Sure, they do make a tool with a specific use to remove the valve springs, but why? Why when I have the Ian Matthews special 10-pound? Right? Such a versatile tool for me shed. That one popped. That one's not popping. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. Oh, I missed this one. I didn't get it. I'm sniffing. I smell old man stogie cigars. Unless it's all them weeds right there giving off like a weird, funky, musky type of odor. Huh. Oh, okay, back to what we're doing. Anyway, no need for the special tool. Of course, this video is going to get a bunch of dislikes because I'm using a hammer and I'm not using... This is a scrapping channel mainly, so... Why invest money in something that you're not going to need or don't use really so much? And if I could get away with it, obviously, I would just give it to the scrapyard as is for clean, but lately they're getting quite picky, and usually when the scrapyards get picky, that means the prices are going to continue going down. When the prices are headed up, the scrapyards become less picky. It's almost counterintuitive, you know, but it is what it is. When the prices are dropping, they get all, that one seems a little stuck. I would imagine it being a Volkswagen with a aluminum head, it's probably been tossed out because, well, quite a bit of carbon buildup. Wow. Your typical Volkswagen owner, not really interested in taking care of until the car takes care of itself. Whoa, that's a lot of carbon on that one. This one's stuck, kinda. We'll have to persuade that one out just a bit. Notice there's no Volkswagens in my car hoard. Because they're horrible to work on. They're not worth much at all, ever. I'm gonna have to get a junk screwdriver to tap that out the rest of the way. Just believe me, the way with the scrapyards are with aluminum especially, the guy's going to take a magnet all over this thing. He's not going to find anything except for maybe, I don't know, what, the valve guide? If I could knock that out, maybe I could. More work. It looks like a couple of those valve guides, a couple of them have dropped. Yeah. King, you almost dropped it on your foot. Yeah. Well, that would be the wrong way to pound that through there, right? I guess the valve guides have to be pounded out the other way. What do I know? You're not here to learn, are you? That's going to need a screwdriver or something. Or a narrow piece of steel to pound that out. Yeah, no, every time you bring heads to a scrapyard, they really look them over. Because I've had them accepted with the valves in it as clean, and I've had them rejected with the valves in them. So that could go either way. We're going to get off that for a minute. For a hot minute. Well, this place is looking pretty empty, I guess. I know you guys always want to take a look. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this thing, but I think I just end up cutting it up into scrap. And then that pickup truck right there, I'm going to take it apart for parts and get rid of that, free up all this land here as we continue to work our way to owning absolutely nothing. That's the end goal. Owning absolutely nothing. Except for the clothes that I'm wearing. Owning nothing is the goal. That's the end goal. No house, no car, no bicycle, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, we gotta cut this up here. It's a long road. We don't have to like have it happen today. I'm not prepared for it to happen today, by the way. As I continue to get rid of every one of my earthly items, it's a slow burn, so my life will adjust accordingly as we go along. I just want to show. Look how empty all that is. I got that trailer right there that I was building during the summer, and life interrupted, so it'll stay there for now. And I'll continue building it, or I'll just end up cutting that up too and scrapping it. The only thing remaining is the king's throne from that pile. So that's all gone. It's all gone. Got a little bit in the truck here, a little bric-a-brac, just a flat screen TV there. I'm pretty much done there. So I figure when you own nothing, the people that own absolutely nothing haven't any cares or worries. Think about that. Not a care or worry in the world. You don't own anything, so there's nothing for them to take. You owe me 50. No. Go pound sand. I owe you nothing. I haven't anything. There's this channel called Arm the Homeless, and on his bio or description of the channel, it says, be useless so nobody wants anything from you. Or something to that effect. Oh, that's very selfish, King. Yeah. I don't know. I had a cutting tool here somewhere. Yeah, if you don't own anything, you don't spend any time really looking for anything other than stuff that you might need at the moment, and if you can't find it, you can't find it. Right? You don't got anything nobody's going to steal from you. Does this thing even work? Kinda. I think a box cutter would work better. Back to the head again. One valve to remove and then some valve guides. It's such a beautiful day. It's not motivating. I found this because it works. Sell the house, no house to clean. Think about it. No windows to wash, no grass to cut, no utility bills to pay. That's freedom. It rained even more. Wow. There's a good, like, 2 inches in here of water. I see nothing but money, King. Not much money with the way the prices are for the scraps. Yards are closed right now, so I'm just taking a break and chatting with y'all. This is basically the only place where there's scraps now here at the compound. Pretty much right here, so I'm thinking maybe in the next couple of videos a whole lot more will be gone. Maybe not. I was gonna work on my Corvette too, and it's nice out. I was gonna bring it here, but I need to create more space. It needs an engine. Basically, it needs an engine. I don't know, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh my God, this entire wheelbarrow's filled with water. I don't know. I have to restore that a little bit now. I mean, it was like almost brand new condition, but I've been leaving it outside and it's getting rusty. I'll have to spray paint that or something. We're getting there slowly. And my daughter can't help me this weekend because she got a second job. So maybe next weekend. Look at this thing would almost, like, if I built sides on it, it would almost be livable, like poverty livable. It's got an air conditioner, and it's got a small furnace right there, and a station for propane tank. It could be a poverty man cave. That's all a man really needs. It's just like a reasonable shelter to stay out of the elements. If you think about it, it's your own prison setup. Anyways, where was I? The video cut out for a nanosecond there. So what do you guys vote? For me to cut this up or not? It's a beautiful day. I mean, this truck should be full. But it's not. It's like I'm bankrupting myself, which is not cool. I'll bring you over here. some more bits and bibbles. We organized all that because all that really makes the compound look very busy. Like there's stuff everywhere, you know? And so putting it all in here in this one spot, much better. Organizing some of the wood, much better. Just trying to make it happen. Every time I look at this scrub mark, it looks worse. I don't know why. It's like the light shining in it or something like that. What else? Yeah, I won't know what to do with myself when I don't own nothing. I'll just be able to sit there and just stare. Stare out into the sunset. With my mouth hanging wide open, like, huh? What? To me, that would be living the dream. Just the ability to just stare at nothing. Hey, you sound... I said that to my brother. He's like, you sound depressed. Well, yeah. I am, kind of, because life, like so many other people, has definitely not turned out how I had hoped or wished. So I'm at the point now where I don't care. You know what I mean? That's really motivating for a YouTube video. Yeah, I know. So without a tire machine, I've watched this one YouTuber, and he's roadside service. He's able to get tires. He's able to get the tire and or rim off of the truck, or just change the tire with the rim still on the truck. With a couple of simple tools. He's got a couple of, like, I don't know, tire changing persuasion bars or something, but I'm kind of a weakling, and it seems like something that I would lose grip on and would smack me right in the face, you know, with all the tension, and all of a sudden you let it slip and boom, right in the head. I tried taking this thing off with those kind of tools. I got like a breaker bar, and I haven't had any luck whatsoever. Because obviously if I had luck getting this off of here, it would have been loaded onto the scrap truck already. Regroovable. And it looks like it was recapped. I don't know, kids. What do you think? Maybe just cut the aluminum rim? That seems like a lot. That seems like a workout. cut the rim in half, like right here. Just go all the way around. That's one way of doing it, but the aluminum is pretty thick. Man, she's thick. You cut the tire, but the steel tire bead is super tough. So if I could cut a good chunk out of the tire bead with the Sawzall, that would work also. So there it sits until we figure that one out. What do you all think? I've been getting rid of these plastic toys too as scrap. Just mix them in with the scrap really good. And blind man on a fast horse sees nothing. Ah, it's such a beautiful day. It's kind of windy out. I'm thinking maybe I'll have a load of scrap ready for next week. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Stink bugs are out like crazy today. Like, they're flying around all over the place. Like, especially, you get like what they call an Indian summer, like a little warm spell just before the permanent cold for the winter season takes over. You get all the bugs flying around. You get wasps and hornets, ants all over the place. So I dug this wagon out of the garage. Had been sitting in there for years. Oh, Saturn wagon. Saturn wagon. I think I showed you all though in a previous video. Look, it's clean inside. It's not loaded with McDonald's wrappers. How about that? Ain't that something? Look at that. Look at the dashboard. Look, you can tell I haven't been driving it for a long time, because the door is only dirty like on the bottom a little bit. Of course, the ceiling is that typical, late 1970s all the way through to the early 2000s. They used this. It's like the car companies couldn't figure it out. They used this cheap cloth that was like magically glued to a styrofoam shell, which when the styrofoam and the glue dried out, the fabric started to fall down. Nothing like like the really old-fashioned cars, from I don't know what, 1976 and earlier, had metal rods, and the fabric was stitched to the rods all the way. It would last almost a lifetime until the fabric started to rot. Or whatever. And the stuff they use today is like a shell. It doesn't fall. It doesn't fall like a drape, but what happens is the shell starts to buckle like after a couple of decades. I guess the car companies figured people aren't going to keep a car that long. But the shell starts to buckle. I'm tired from busting my butt cleaning this stupid place up. It was just a mistake to make it so messy in the first place. It wasn't like I did it on purpose, but yeah, you know, after doing this to myself, I've long come to the conclusion to own nothing. Own nothing and be fucking useless. Completely useless to everybody. If I need money, I'll just stand on the corner and beg for the little bit of money I need. I figure by the time I own nothing, I'll be able to collect Social Security. So there you go. So, yeah, the plan is for super laziness. Collecting a government check and any extra money I need, just stand on the corner and beg. I deserve it. I mean, I spent a lifetime so far busting my butt trying to scratch a dollar. No, you know what's really driving this? All right? What's really driving this attitude? You're complaining, King! No, the super low scrap prices are actually driving the attitude because they've been so low and they're dropping even more. Look at the iScrap app. Man, that bad news is it's not very motivating. You know, the copper prices are the lowest they've been in like over a year. That's no fun. Look at the wind picking up. So you know what? If you have copper, I would keep hoarding it. Because the current prices are just so low, and I've seen some commenters that are like from Canada. Okay, well, you know, a Canadian dollar is only worth 73 cents. Okay. And they're like, we're getting, you know, I'm getting $5 a kilo. All right, you're getting 5.73 cents for 2.2 pounds. Somebody gonna tell that Canadian guy he's getting really ripped off? Or we're just gonna let him live in La La Land? That poor guy getting $5 Canadian per kilo. I pity the fool. Poor guy. No, at that price, definitely save it. Don't sell it to the scrapyard. Oh. Then you get the Australian people that say they're getting $10 a kilo. I'm like, wow. At first you're like, wow. And then you're like, wait a minute. Your dollar is only worth like 63 cents. Yeah. Wow. Well, you're getting a lot more than the Canadian guy, even though your dollar's cheaper than the Canadian dollar. But yeah, no, the economy ain't so great, so like steel keeps dropping in price. Aluminum is way down. It's down by $100 a ton. I mean, not everybody brings in a ton of aluminum, but except for maybe the king, me. So yeah, if you have scrap metal, don't hold on to it. Only if it's copper. If you have scrap metal, sell. Sell, sell, sell. Sell out to the bare wall. Sell it all. Because it's just not looking good. Sell it all so you don't take a loss. And now that it's getting colder, the cleanout season has pretty much ended, except for maybe today if I was out there pounding the pavement. But, that Dodge right there, that Dodge is a deplorable. It's a deplorable. We're going to keep it, but, it needs attention. I've been wanting to take that wheel off for a long time and finding out exactly where the leak is at. And the same thing with the one over here. It's got a slower leak. Yeah, kids, and if you leave your vehicles in the weeds like that for any length of time, you end up getting mouses. Whoa. This has definitely got a mouse in it. It ate the whole candy bar. Jeez. Anyway. That also happens when you park it in the weeds like that. The mice eat the seeds from small plants and stuff like that. But then when they smell something even better, manufactured food, they're going to go for that. Yeah, so the minivan broke. The suspension part snapped off when I made a turn, and it went right into the rim. I thought it cracked the rim actually, but it didn't. I think it was like a stabilizer bar link going from the stabilizer bar to the strut assembly. The thing snapped off and got caught in the rim, and it got twisted like a pretzel inside the rim. And what else happened? I don't know. The transmission lines, the transmission cooler lines sprung a leak. So I barely made it home. I leaked out, I had to stop about 3 times, and I leaked out about a gallon of trans fluid. This is one of those kind of repairs that would be kind of difficult to do on the roadside. I'm just looking with you guys at the garbage I got left over. Not much. In order to get rid of some of this stuff, we're going to have to find more scrap and mix it with the scrap. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the wintertime. I'm probably not. I'm probably going to have to get a job to supplement my scrapping habit or something. Believe it or not. So what's happening with you guys? Anything good? Oh, there's some Christmas lights in here. Skibbity dibbity. Scrappity doobity. That's some mishmash I need to go through. I bet you that drill right there probably still works after sitting outside for well over a year. Right? WD-40. Ooh. Yeah, it still works. All right, kids. Some things it takes Mother Nature a long time to destroy. Brake fluid. Whew, boy. I can't really get too involved in anything right now because I gotta get the wife. I go inside here, but it's hard to talk with the radio on so loud. Skibbity doobity. Did I bore you all? You know what I'm looking for is I need to get some more of those transformers. I need like about 800 of them. And I'll really go to town and make some easy money. That one is broken up there. And those ones are amber right there, so I really can't use them. And the back side doesn't have that style, unfortunately. This rail right here, I thought had one, but it don't. Let's take a few steps over here. I can actually get scrap inside that little station wagon. Not a whole lot. It's got a trailer hitch on there too. Now that's a bonus. I think that trailer's got one right there. And then if I go over here, I think that trailer's got some too. I don't know if they're exactly the same. Maybe they are. I could just peel one off of that. All the lights have to be working. I lined them all up. One of the earlier videos I was going to cut them all up. I ran out of time, so there they sit until I do so. We'll get there. We're on our way to owning nothing. Wow, it's windy out. Oof. If it's this windy out here, just imagine Lake Michigan. It's got to be at least like 40 miles an hour. Them waves got to be about 10 feet. You know, Lake Superior, that gets really huge waves. You know, this time of year, all the way through November. The sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That song, anytime I always hear that song, how depressing. You know, because you know you're headed straight into winter. It's not going to get nicer out. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Mr. Goodbar. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for taco stacks. King, you're showing the entire world your garbage. Yeah, I never thought about it that way. But the whole world can see my garbage. We're going to clean this out so it looks like the inside of that Saturn one more time, so it's not so horrible like this. This is just terrible. And you know what? I'll see you in the next video.